The world is a 50-foot rabbit. What does this crazy sentence mean? It means that we have to start realistically looking at our situation. And by realistically, of course I really mean unrealistically. The problem is, we seem to keep repeating old loops of behavior that never resolve or get any better. Your body is made up of a million little foot soldiers called cells. They're waiting for instructions. If the instructions are, danger, danger, you could die at any minute. Guess what? You really could die at any minute, based on the strength of that belief. If the core belief is strong enough, your body follows orders. There's really no truly new ideas with everything being monitored and controlled. In our Newtonian dystopia, we don't think anything outside these rules could be made. We don't even believe it's possible. What's needed is new belief system that rejects the standard limitations of time and space. But it's beyond what you can see. It's more of a feeling than a thought. In fact, it isn't a thought at all, and you can never find it without feeling it. We need to not only think outside the box, but redefine the box altogether. You have to understand that you are not this body. You are not your job. You are not your voice or your eyes or your hair or anything you think about. If you can suggest to yourself that there is another you that is looking down and controlling things, then you can begin to move in the direction of freedom. Separating your reality from who you really are is very new to most of us. The great spiritual thinker Nisargadatta said, "Anything time-bound cannot be real." So what if the world really was a 50-foot rabbit and we are all just living in the fur? You wake up, you go outside, and it looks just like it does now. There's nothing different unless you get in a drone and go very high. Then you see it. The world, it's all different. It's actually a giant furry 50-foot rabbit, and our towns and cities are built inside the fur. Whoa, feel that? Feel the freedom from the breaking of the old ideas? Not always knowing how or why something happens is actually such a beautiful thing. Helping to break the mold of who and what you really are is done by letting go of the limiting construct built around us, starting with Newton and his limiting rules of creation. Don't you think there must be more to this show called life than the products we've created or the weather we've manipulated, etc.? Well, there is more. Einstein said, "Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. But you have to be brave enough to reject all the fake things they told you that you are and that this world is." Once truly discarded, the real joy of living begins. You are not your body or anything that happens to it. You are much bigger and actually live in a completely different form. The only way you can begin to grasp this new way of thinking is to accept that you are a high vibration entity living inside a flesh and bone avatar. You just can't think your way to happy. The simple truth is that you can't be happy by thinking about being happy. We try and try. Happy is not a thought and never will be. Happiness, and love for that matter, is not an idea. It is a sensation in the body. Initially, it occurs spontaneously from events that create the love sensation in the chest. This is the area you want to focus on, not the head. These sensations are then stored in the emotional basket and can be recalled later using the mind, but the mind did not create them. The mind is truly a beautiful creation, but not when it's operating 24/7. Mind working all day long is not living. We need our mind, sure, but it's really only a tool. It needs to sit down for a few minutes and let the heart use its own mind to lead the way. The belief system is running the show. The sooner you accept this truth, the better. The belief system is designed to imprint roadmaps for behavior, but if the belief system is compromised by a constant barrage of low-energy fear stories, then that same system can easily be overtaken and controlled on various levels. When you believe that things are dangerous or the world is not safe, then you are setting up the internal system for real problems. The internal system knows the reality of its structure and design. When you constantly ask the system to believe it is in danger, then yes, eventually it will behave as if it is in danger, based on the strength of that belief. The real reason you're here is that you are perfecting your final manifestation. over and over until it is finally perfect. You never actually die. If so, you are on your way to having a whole new, fabulous life. You will never be afraid of death again, because you will understand the truth of who and what you really are. When you're in a challenging situation, you need to go to your recall mechanism. Choosing love can only come from a memory of love. If there is no memory of love, then fear steps in to protect. Unfortunately, even when no danger is present. That is why you must fill up your emotional basket with as much love sensations as possible. That's how it works. You must find even the smallest sensation of sweet satisfaction, or the sensation of all rightness, the sensation of cuteness, of tenderness, of complete safety. You must find a single moment of deep understanding, compassion, or even just fun. If you find this single moment, you must attempt to replay it to strengthen the sensation. If you cannot locate such a sensation, you must now create a new one. That is what Earth is all about. You are given millions of opportunities to create new love sensations. These options are fully available to the masses. You must be open for these new opportunities to present, and you must never let fear lead the way into them. Sorry, reincarnation is not real. You weren't Buddha in another life, and Jesus was definitely not channeling someone. You carry nothing with you into the next incarnation. The only thing that carries over is the knowledge and development of the love feeling, refining it, perfecting it, allowing it. The only thing evolving here is the awareness of who and what we really are. It carries over to the next so-called birth. If we are ever going to get better, then we need to balance the truth by spending more time with the person waiting to talk to you. That little person that lives inside you and has a very teeny tiny voice at the beginning. Start talking to it and it gets louder. Resist the collective's fear-infused narrative currently dominating our population. It isn't easy. It begins with proof. The proof will reveal itself when the belief connection is made. Once the belief is established, then the leap is easy. The leap of faith. This force is virtually unstoppable and always successful. There are many examples of people vowing to complete a goal no matter what the challenges. Gutzon Borglum and Mount Rushmore are one example. Abraham or Moses and the parting of the seas are more biblical examples. Not knowing how something could possibly happen is the very power behind this intrinsic principle. Faith says, keep moving towards your goal without question of its completion. In fact, its completion is usually in the most perfect and rewarding format and delivery possible. You see, it's in the surrendering. Now, this does not mean doing nothing. Quite the contrary. You are expected to do everything in your power to assist. All your tools should be taken from the basket. That is why the toolkit basket must be kept full. If you use good tools and your belief system is strong with faith, you cannot lose. The tools were all there at the beginning of your life. They were intrinsically part of the inner design, the actual mechanics of consciousness. Then we spent a lifetime unlearning and then losing these tools. The good news is that new tools can easily be created once you know how. The internal system is the only true you. When you do that thing, where you are talking to yourself, you are actually in connection with your true self. But when we start to believe that our physical form or looks and speech are the real us, we begin to act out roles and scripts that we learned in order to have a more enjoyable lifetime while in this form, in this place. Just for today, feel your way through your stuff. Don't try so hard to intellectually figure every single thing out. Give the heart's mind a shot, even for a few moments until you can get the hang of it. Where are the surprises? Of course, I am referring to the surprises of opportunity that present. The beautiful box of opportunities cannot present if we impose our silly rules of what's possible and what's not possible. Very restrictive. If there are any restraints, then the opportunities cannot and will not present. Believe it or not, if you stop trying to use the old scripts and just stay open to really weird stuff happening, you can begin to experience the fun and thrill of life as it was originally designed in the maker machinery. Not knowing everything is actually one of the original design items. So you begin the idea, but you don't know the magic of how it actually manifests. That's not your job. That's where faith steps in to do its job. This new mind science will be starting to appear in our world, and the process is exponential. So the more people that adapt it, the faster we will evolve. This evolution of understanding is moving faster, and it's only a matter of time before all humans have a full understanding of who and what they really are. New experiences are designed to look scary in order to test your commitment to change. It's a brilliant cover for some of the most rewarding events in your lifetime. It needs to be a trust relationship with that inner person. If you start to develop this kind of relationship with your inner person, things start to improve almost immediately. It's best not to pretend to know a thing until you really do know it. So the old adage, fake it till you make it, is actually destructive. Don't use it. So understand that all this lies just inside you. The thing is, you just have never focused on it or weren't even open to it. Now is the time to begin. One way is to start by thanking ether. Every day, just hold up your arms and thank the ether. The ether holds us down on the ground. Ether is holding us all together. It's more than gravity. It understands positions and distance of things. So say, ether, thank you. Thank you for knowing just how to space things. How to apply just the right amount of weight and distance between every single thing. Thank you, ether. Thank you. Whatever happens to the earth and its people while you are on it has nothing to do with the real you. It's like a video game that resets. No one knows exactly how it works, but it's clear you are not this body, and nothing that happens to you here is lasting. Like in the movie The Matrix, where Morpheus says, "Do you believe that my being stronger or faster has anything to do with my muscles in this place? Do you think that's air you're breathing now?" It's similar. This is why breaking the iron box confining the expansion of possibilities is so important today. It has come to the point in evolution that a fresher, better window is ready to open now. We just can't be sustained using the same limited toolbox that currently turns the nuts and bolts of creation. Just like in a video game, as the avatar, it's best to be in top condition with as many weapons, tools as possible in order to be as successful during the game. This is completely available and is so strong in fact that it often takes much persuasion from dominant forces to lead you from your own truth over to the usual path of false ideas reinforced by society. Red pill, blue pill. Yes, the easier way is the blue pill, but the red pill leads you up and out of this game to a place above, where you can actually enjoy it rather than fighting with it. Yes, you can live your life here and still be fully aware of the reality of who and what you really are. In fact, you can have a fabulous life living in between the worlds. As long as you never mistake this body to be really you, you should have fun being here. That old paradigm has lived its span, and now is the time for the new creation paradigm. The problems come when you expect these Disney rides to give you back something real. It just can't happen because they themselves are not real, like plastic flowers with no smell. It is the deeper love we all are craving. Guess what? It's already yours and you already have it. It's important that first you do all you can to improve your chances. Then it goes over to our old pal, faith. Anything can be your new reality, as long as new ideas can be openly allowed and encouraged without fear of ridicule or worse, punishment or confinement. So, do you want to continue in the way you have been living? Or like the old adage? How's that working out for you? So the next time you feel like there's nothing you can do to change your reality, just drop your walls, cut your chains, and begin these new techniques and step beyond it. If you like this content and would like to see more of these videos, please consider liking and subscribing to this channel. It really helps to promote this type of new information. See you in the next video.